Man, I'm doing well. You sound like you feel a lot better.
I'm feeling better. But actually, I am the queen of acting. You know, I'm an indie actress. So I was like, I'm going to push through it today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yesterday I had 2 nights before, I had the live taping of my show. So I have the live taping of the Pride Corner here in San Antonio at my friend's restaurant. I have live guests. I had a lesbian couple. And I think I overdid it. I went to lunch with somebody, then I went to the library, then I went to a women's networking event, and then I went to my talk show.
Whoa.
And I could barely walk into the house at 11 o'clock when I got home that night. And so all of yesterday, I just laid in my couch. I was like, I'm not doing anything. I don't feel like doing anything, and I'm not going to do anything. So I learned my lesson. So today, I just took my time, went to the library for 2 hours, and I'm done. I said, the rest is Meg, and then that's it. Like, This whole COVID is no joke. COVID, come over here. Pow! For real. Like,
you gone. Yeah.
Yes! So how are you doing, Meg, the connector?
I'm so good. I'm coming off of, I'm going to say a solid 5 or 6 days of connect. We had a big queer hangout in Minneapolis this weekend. My mom was just here for a couple of days, so I'm ready for the weekend.
Let's do it. Why not? So the show is called The Pride Corner. That corner right there, it's real, like it does exist. So it's the corner between my flags and my door. So if you can't take the heat, there's the door, right? Yes.
That one's for the homophobes, right?
If you're a homophobe, there's a window over there. There's another window. I'll just scroll on, okay? Because homophobes, I do not suffer y'all. And I would not ban you, actually. You know, I used to ban them or block them. I don't do that anymore. I pin your comments so everybody can see. Why not? So, yes, the show is called The Pride Corner, Our Inviting In Stories and More. Used to be called Our Coming Out Stories and More. Still is Our Coming Out Stories for those who want to use the phrase coming out. But first and foremost, happy non-binary visibility day.
Yeah, we love our MVs. Woo! There it is.
Oh my God. I see myself going to fall asleep as soon as this is over. But yes!
We're going to go hard, though. We're going to go hard.
Oh, we have to. You go hard or you go home, okay? I do not do mediocre. If I'm going to show up, I'm going to show up full throttle. I might die afterwards. But who cares?
YOLO.
I will live. So my guest is Meg the Connector. So before we even go any further, first question, why Meg the Connector? What's up with that?
It's my favorite thing to do. Like my dream day is to just bring all the different awesome people from all the different realms of my life into probably a brewery, because I love a good IPA. And I actually, when I started my business, I used to host happy hours that were like personal development and just all about connecting with like-minded people. And that's just something I've always done from the time I was a little kid to now, is bring the coolest people I can possibly find into one room to share ideas, think big, and have a good time.
I love that. I love it because I think I'm a connector, but I've never thought to call myself the connector. As a matter of fact, I have been able to connect 8 couples, heterosexual couples, and they're all still married. Now, I've been divorced twice.
Yeah.
But none of the couples that I connected are divorced.
Wow.
So either they're lying to me or I'm a very, very good connector. But I like the word includer. When I did my personality profile many, many moons ago, one of my top qualities is an includer. So it's not quite a connector, but if I see you just by yourself, I'm going to go hang out with you. And I'm going to bring you into the conversation. So that's what I am, an includer by nature. But I love I love everything about you. The second obvious icebreaker question is, why did you decide to come on the show on a random Thursday where you could be doing so many things? Why?
I mean, you are a pretty easy sell to get to hang out with for a whole hour and to have a captive audience. But I think, as particularly around the topic of queerness and just the power of visibility, that's I love sharing stories. I love hearing other people's stories. And I know when you put yourself out there, you're on the internet, you're having conversations, you're teaching, you get a lot of feedback and a lot of people tell you how they've helped you, but there are so many people who we'll never hear from. We don't know who's watching, from what angle, or when they're seeing it or hearing it, or how it's impacting their life. And the ripple effect is incredible. So I just can't think of a better way to spend an otherwise idle Thursday afternoon.
I love it. So the French will say, I think actually the French and the Spanish would say it the same way, but the Spanish would say es incroyable, and the incroyable, and the French would say es incroyable. So it's incredible, which is what I'm just trying to put in French and Spanish. But also, I think we just kind of hit it off. And I know most people don't know this. I've been on your own show, but most people don't know this. We literally met on LinkedIn, and it was just the energy was identical, or is it a match? Because not everyone gets that. Not everyone gets that it's okay to be extra. I do not apologize for being extra. Like, my extraness is what you need in your life, period. And then if you don't have, like, you invited all the cool people and I wasn't there.com, I'm like, wait, what? Meg, I thought we were friends. You know? But I'm just happy to be happy. And there's this one person that I'm not dating anymore because I blocked everywhere that I could block them. But they dare to tell me that I was extra.
Ever? Did they not notice?
The speed with which I blocked him, oh my God. So, but the show is not about me. The show is about my guest. Let's get this party started. Before we get to the first quarter, when we go to our first break, I need to ask my guest to tell us something fun, something weird, something kind of comical, something even maybe absurd about them. But before you do that, everyone who can hear my voice, tap that little triangle at the bottom of the screen and share this video. Share to the first 10 people you can find so we can get more people to join us. Why? Because we can.
Because
so do me a favor and share to the first 10 people, 20 people on your message. If you just tap that little triangle there. Boom. Just like that.
I got a couple.
Yes. Yes. So we can get more people. And now look, it's working. We got Got Podcast 1. Just join the party because somebody shared. So this is, for those of you who don't know, I mean, you don't have to do that, but you can. There's only like 2 whole people watching this. Well, many people don't usually catch it live, but they catch it on the replay. So when you tell people to do stuff, people are very happy to do stuff. Okay, so share the video for me. Let somebody learn something, because there's always that possibility of learning something new. Look, it's working just like that. So welcome to the party and the existential coach. Okay, welcome
Abby
to the party.
Malik in the house, another Texan.
There you go, it's working. So the show is called The Pride Corner. Our inviting in stories and more. I'm changing my mind every day about the phrase coming out. Coming out is other people centered. Inviting in is person centered. When you invite people in, number 1, you are the celebrant or the host. Number 2, you can rescind your invitation. Number 3, you can ask them to bring a friend. So you hold the 4 aces. So my dearest guest today is going to tell us one thing that's fun, exciting, weird, maybe even kind of funky about them. Now, what are your pronouns?
She, her.
She, her, about her. And I want you to notice how before somebody tells me their pronouns, I stick with they, them, because it's actually a very inclusive pronoun. When you don't know somebody's pronoun, this is a little, what's the tip from me to you? Go default with they, them, and then, of course, ask. So, me llamo Doctora Lulu, and my pronouns are she, her. But if you don't know my pronouns, you can always use they, them for everybody. So, Meg is going to tell us something that's fun, crazy, smooth, who knows what about her in 3, 2, 1, go!
Something fun about me, weird, comical. I'm sure there are so many things. One of the things I get the most reaction about, and it's just such a simple thing, but I'm from Wisconsin and I don't like cheese. And that's really offensive to some people who just absolutely love cheese.
So let me help them. Okay? I am Nigerian. We don't have cheese, and it doesn't matter to me. And I didn't even know that, but so is Wisconsin, is that like where all the cheese is made? Because I'm a lifelong learner.
We got all the dairy farms there, and so it's cheese this, cheese that, but a lot of beer too, and I do love beer. So it really all cancels out. It really
so you're still a bona fide Wisconsin, yes?
I think so.
This is so cool. So usually at the quarter of the hour, we take a break because, this is my future TV show, right? We're going to take a little break. We're going to come back so you can go get your water, rest your voice, soothe your throat. I don't know, call your friend, call your mama, share the video, whatever. We'll be right back with Meg, the connector, on the Pride Corner, our inviting in stories and more. You know why? Because we can.
Because we can.
Yeah!
That's what's up.
And we are back. So usually on this show, it does get pretty emotional sometimes. I've had to stop a couple of the shows in the past because it was just so heavy. So prepare, okay, for who knows what, because we're sharing from the depth of our hearts, from the deepest moments, and sometimes really vulnerability is all we can hold on to. So again, if you're not following me, first of all, please follow me. Okay, I do not mind asking, but also follow my guest, and then tap the little triangle at the bottom right of your screen and share, because right about now, Meg is going to tell us what is your coming out story.
Ooh, it's it's a great story. It seems like a very long story, not in the content, but chronologically went on for a long time. Mm-hmm. So I figured out pretty quick that I was a badass little queer kid, right? And so I was probably 12, 13, 14-ish when I figured it out myself. I'm from small town, rural Wisconsin, super Catholic family, very conservative area, all of that good stuff. And when I was kind of starting to figure it out, oh yeah, got the whole fam back there. When I was starting
Except my Mary is black.
What's that?
I said, except my Mary is black.
How incredibly accurate.
Yes, she is a person of color. She's right next to me and my baby. But yeah, so cool, so cool.
Yes, and I guess when I was really young, I just felt like a lot of dissonance in the fact that I really understood. I understood that I was queer, but I also very much saw myself as a good person. I did all the right things. I was kind of meeting the Catholic standard, but also had kind of definitely the queer thing going on. And I was having a difficult time understanding how both could exist. Like I could either be queer or I could be good, which is, of course, they're not mutually exclusive, it turns out. And so that was a very just stressful, kind of weird thing that I was trying to figure out how to navigate when I was in that stage going through high school. I had a relationship, but it was like she was like my best friend or whatever. So I was having a lot of these experiences at the time that you typically would. It was just, you know, all closeted and all that good stuff. And a lot of internalized homophobia that really impacted a lot of relationships as I went through college. And then I went through a pretty intense, I don't know if it was an intense breakup. It was intense for me. And I was at the end of I was like 22, 23, my senior year in college. And my girlfriend basically gave me the ultimatum of, you need to come out to your family or we're done here. Because I was just, I don't know. It's hard to like show up in your relationship when you're constantly worried about what your family's going to do or say, or if they're going to disown you, or, you know, all of the things. And I didn't see a way that I was going to be able to come out to my family. So we ended up breaking up. And then I was so sad that that my mom noticed and finally just asked me. And so, and the way she asked me was, are you in love? Are you in love with her? Because she knew I was sad about my then ex. And I was like, yeah, I am. And this sucks because now she's gone. And she was okay in that moment. Like, she gave me a hug, told me she loved me. Of course she knew. She had known like way earlier, but had just never asked me about it. And I think kind of hoped it would go away, which, gotta tell you, I hoped that a lot of the time as well, but here we are. And then my dad did not take it super well. He's a pretty like even keel, like chill guy. Like he's not a yeller. He's more of a actively avoid and then just act like it's not a thing, which, you know, that was 12 years ago and we haven't made much progress there, but my relationship with my mom has vastly improved, which is due to a lot of work on both of our part, me working on my own stuff, my mom working on her own stuff, not putting it on me, has been huge. Because there was a lot of turbulence there with rifts that were kind of happening in their marriage that were related to me being queer. And so I had a lot of guilt around that and all those fun things. And so, gosh, that was, yeah, I've been out for 12 years and I probably spent the first 10 of those just learning to love myself and like I was out, but it was like being excited to be out. You know, I wasn't like trying to get on the radio to talk about my queerness for the first decade or so. And now it's like, I'm just queer on the internet all day, every day. And it's lovely.
So I don't have a beautiful voice, but I'm going to sing. I'm going to try to see if I can do a Whitney Houston on you.
All right.
Learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all.
Ain't that the truth? Can I hit it? I don't have a heart.
I want to give this to your mother. I want to give this to your mom. I do that from time to time. I'm giving that to your mom because she may not have been 200% the mother that you wanted at that moment, but she hugged you and brought you in. And I think I didn't do that with my kid. And I try to tell people the reason I coach parents of queer kids today is not because I've been perfect. It's because I've been imperfect. Because I have done all the things that parents should not do. Because I have internalized the fuck out of the homophobia. And yes, it's my show. I can say fuck. If you don't like it, there's the door. You know, it's like I have internalized it, and I have internalized it even as a queer person, even as I was married to my ex-wife. When my kiddos said they were non-binary, I still was like huffing and puffing and digging my heels in. And welcome to the Party Over the Rainbow podcast, by the way. I love your name.
What's
let
up,
me know if you'd
Rachel?
like me. Let me know if you'd like me to come on your show, and let me know if you'd like to come on my show. Okay, that's how I do. That's how I get people on my show. There's no special process. I just ask you, so you say yes, and that's it. And we just started following me, so I'm going to follow you back as soon as the show is over. Love it. Tell me if you want to come on the show. I will be happy to come on your show because I'm a queer person. I'm a physician. Yes, I'm a real doctor. And I also am a mother of a transgender young adult in Texas. So, yes, I'm all about agitating the governor and just putting it out there. So thank you to your mother. Thank you so much to your mom. I don't know if she's still living. I don't know if she can hear me. For the moment, at least accepting you. And also for you for being real about the fact that people still have ups and downs. Just because you share, which is what my kids said, Mom, just say share. Don't say coming out, inviting and letting out. Just say share. Just because you shared about your sexuality, your mom, to your sexuality, your gender, whatever, to your parent, doesn't mean you stop having rifts, which is normal in the family anyway. And that's why I tell people, I said, do not just look at LGBT-ness as everything is about sex in the bedroom. That's a lie. We have toothaches, we have headaches, we get bug bites. I mean, we get heartaches. We're regular, real human people. We're not just having sex. We're not rabbits. And I don't even think rabbits will appreciate it because I don't even know rabbits have sex a lot. I don't care, but I don't want people to just hear LGBT and the first thing you hear is, who's the man? Who's the woman? Who's on top and who's below? Stop that right now. So thank you for sharing. So we're going to go into it a little bit. So it looks like you've always known, like most queer people, they've always known. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just didn't know where, I mean, like how to fit in, but you knew you were different. Yeah?
Yeah. And I think as I was growing up, and even now, I'm very comfortable being the anomaly. Like, I always have enjoyed standing out and being different. And there are pains and things that come with that too. You know, I chose the bowl cut.
I love it.
Like,
I love it. That's a crew cut. I think that's like a dramatic crew cut. I love it. And you know, and it's you. I'm a feminine femme all the way home. So, you know, whenever I had short hair, I was depressed. I just like, that just didn't fit me. I like having hair, but there's nothing wrong with having short hair, you know, because if you can rock it. While I was active duty Air Force, I had short hair the whole time. And then I started growing it back. But yeah, absolutely. I love it. I like your hair. It fits your energy. Your friend thinks that you're on fire. I love that. Meg is on fire as per to her. I don't know who they are, but they like you. Welcome to the party, Courtney Starks, my friend, my brother. I love you. We're talking to Meg, the connector today. The show is called The Pride Corner, our inviting in stories and more. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Momatrician, often imitated but never freaking duplicated.
That's right.
How are you gonna do that? Okay, there's one of me, and that's it. But the show delves into the lives and the stories of queer people. We dare to put ourselves out there so that you can know if you're still in the undisclosed space, because I don't like closet. My next TEDx talk is you're gonna be happy with me because we're gonna bring down the doors of the closet. So if your sexuality and your gender are still yet undisclosed, let me put it that way, we want to hold space for you and let you take your time, because now we know it's about safety. Sharing your sexuality, disclosing your sexuality is about safety. So did you feel safe, you, Meg? Did you feel safe getting vulnerable, putting your heart into somebody's hands, and then they literally dropped it because you could not be your authentic self? How was that?
It depends who I was talking to, which I think is the experience that a lot of us have, right? You know, we have compartments and realms of our lives where maybe we can only be out in one space. Maybe we can be out at home, but not at school. or we can be out at work, but not at home, or we can be out at work and in our friend group, but not at church, or whatever
Love it.
whatever your thing is.
So true. And it's exhausting. It's
Mm.
exhausting. Living somebody else's life, living for somebody else, it is exhausting. Since I've been doing my research for my TED Talk, I've found out, yes, it is truly exhausting.
Oh.
You expecting me to come out to you on what else, however, no, it's my life.
Mm-hmm.
It's my party, and I can cry if I want to, or not. You don't get to. And if I let you in, you have earned it.
Yep.
You have to earn it. Oh my God. I feel so bad for you as a young human getting heartbroken. What a tough decision, because you love this person, but you truly cannot fully be with them. My ex-wife was like that. 50 years old and still like, I don't want to go. I don't want people to see us as a couple.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard at that age. Well, in that particular relationship, it was interesting because the person I was with had a family who she, you know, never disclosed to them at that point, but also didn't hide her relationships or who she was with, and was just a lot more confident in her queerness than I was at the time, and didn't feel like there was going to be any kind of like financial loss or safety loss or anything like that. And I was like 22, I had no money. My parents were helping me with school. So it was like, there are a lot of things that go beyond emotional ties. A lot of it is very logistical, practical, true survival stuff.
And if nothing else, possible homelessness or death. People don't realize that there was, I don't know if you know about the gentleman at maybe a year or two ago, I think it was during the lockdown, who disclosed, because I like disclose, I like share, I just don't like come out. Or who invited family members in, and guess what? Was he not like beheaded or something? And like,
no kidding, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. Mm-mm.
It was like either in Iran or Iraq, somewhere in the Middle East. His own father did the do.
Man, stuff is real.
So I don't take it lightly. It's all about safety, and that's really the through line of my TEDx talk, upcoming TEDx talk, is it's all about safety for the one. And so as a parent, if you know your kid is queer, great, celebrate it every chance you get. If they don't tell you, great, celebrate it every chance you get. Even when they tell you, great, celebrate it every chance you get, because like you said, it's much more than just, oh, I want to love who I want to love. A lot of times it's about safety and just not being able to be who you are. So this is real stuff. Welcome to the party, S78, Kennings 78. If you can hear my voice, my name is Dr. Lulu. Please tap the little triangle at the bottom of your screen and share the video so we can get more people coming in. The show is called The Pride Corner, our inviting in, our disclosing, our coming out stories, and more. I am talking to the one, the only Meg, the connector. Meg, I gotta come to wherever you are. We need to meet in person.
Yes,
this has to happen, because, oh my goodness, this is why I need to make my millions so I can come already and just live my life out loud and just meet people who have been on the virtual show, so we can do a live one, So the show is called The Pride Corner. We meet every single Saturday at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what o'clock Pacific. And we talk to queer folks and their family members or allies. And I'm yet to find a true homophobe who wants to come. But you know what? I'll let you in. Come talk about the homophobia.
Maybe you could get Ben Shapiro or something.
Amen.
Like, just go big.
Amen. Amen. That's it. So if you're not following me yet, please give me a follow. Please join us next Thursday. Please tell someone about it. I am a life coach. I specifically work with parents of queer kids. But as a life coach, I also work with parents, and I also can work with you. So if you're needing a life coach, if you're stuck somewhere trying to make a decision, if you're needing something, holla at your girl. You just never know. They say What you're looking for is always on the other side of your fear and your comfort zone. And I can hold your hand and lead you slowly but gently to where you need to go. But this show is not about me. Let's take a quick break so I can rest my voice for a second, and then we'll be right back. The show is called The Pride Corner. Yes, that corner right there, it does exist between the door and my flags. Okay? I'll see you guys in 1 second.
Get those sips.
And Meg, I want to show you this. Look. Ta-da!
Whoa! Look at you repping. We got an
I'm
envy
not
one.
playing. I'm not playing. So when you walk into my door, you get to go back right away if you don't like what you see, or you can stay. I mean, it's up to you. I have no problems at all. You get to decide. Queerly living. Oh my goodness. These people must be all Megs people.
Oh yeah, Kelly Gill.
Yes. Please send me a DM so I can have all of you come on the show. I love to have every queer person on this show so we never, ever, ever have to stop. Last June when I started doing this, I did it every single day through the month of June, and I had so many guests, and then I was like, okay, my voice has to rest. And then I started doing it every week, and now we've been doing it every week since then. I did get hacked in March, and I just came back in like last week. But you know what? The show must go on. So if you know anyone who knows somebody who has a TV station who can get me on TV, holla at me. I want to get the Pride Corner. I want it to be a TV show. I want it to be a real live TV show.
Yeah.
But this show is not about me. It's about Meg, the connector. So Meg, this segment of the show, we're going to talk about how you felt after you did indeed disclose about your queerness. Did you feel accepted? Did you feel affirmed? Did you feel supported by family, by friends, by the rest of the universe? Talk to me.
By family, no. Would be the short answer. Which was part reality and also partly my perception and just a lot of the stuff I had to work through with my own internalized homophobia really impacts the way that you're able to show up in a family situation and give folks the opportunity to love and support you. So I think where I was in my own kind of identity development and journey to loving myself and all of that really played a role in how slowly that moved along. But now I feel very comfortable around my family. Actually last summer was the first time I brought a partner home to a family reunion, and it was great. Like, my grandparents were awesome. My aunts and uncles were great. My dad gave my girlfriend a hug. It was, it went better than I could have expected, than I would have ever thought was even possible. So that all feels really good. I would say right after I came out, which, you know, was 12 years ago, I had a really good group of friends. I was in grad school at the time, or just about to enter grad school. And I had like roommates and a friend group. I lived in a different town than my parents. So I had some nice separation there where I could just kind of be. I wasn't dating anyone at the time, which, you know, depending how you express yourself in your queerness, that kind of makes it easy to avoid as a topic if you want to.
Also, actually, just for 2 seconds, also, It just drives the fact home that just because you're queer doesn't mean you must be in a relationship actively. I need people to hear that. Say that again for those at the back, because if you're straight, you're not all, just because you're straight, you're not always necessarily in a relationship. I mean, relationships are good, but also they can be toxic. And one of the top reasons people actually die by suicide is bad relationships. People don't realize that. They want to say chemical imbalance. They want to call it what they want to call it. But if you go to the WHO's website, you will see that relationship issues and financial issues, and of course, substance abuse, and then mental illness. Those 4 are the top 4 reasons why people die by suicide. So don't just think just because I'm queer, I must be coupled. Sometimes people they just want to be single, and that's okay. Like me right now, I'm happily single.
Yeah.
And there's nothing
being
wrong with it.
single, I don't think my girlfriend is watching, but love you. But I also very much enjoyed being single too. Because you get to do whatever you want. You don't have to, you're not always thinking in the context of someone else's day or mood or those kinds of things. But
and those of us that are like me who are very clingy, I mean, I'm always like, oh my God, you went without me and things like that. And it's exhausting. Yeah. So I'm enjoying now. I've gotten a couple of dates, but nothing. And I'm just enjoying it. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, great. I just wanted to just highlight the fact that queer folks are not always just about sex. For goodness sake, we have asexuals as part of the category, okay? Yeah. Not everybody.
And lesbian bed death is a real thing, you know? We love to nest and go to bed early and call it a night, you know? But that's why, what's that guy's name? The podcaster, Dan Savage? I don't know. He always says, fuck first.
Should I know him?
Before you go out for dinner, and then you can go to bed early.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's the advice he gives.
I don't know who this guy is, but I need him on my podcast.
Yeah, I think he's got a huge podcast. I think it's him. I don't know. If someone watching knows.
Oh my goodness, I don't think I know him. Should I know him? I don't know. Who knows? But welcome to the party, Dr. Onwachi. Welcome to the party. So we are talking about queerness, of course. And Dr. Onwachi has actually been on my show. One of the very, very few living, practicing Christians that I'll handpick and say, okay, I think you're good. I'm very jaded. Even as a Christian myself, I'm extremely jaded, and I have no problem saying that I'm jaded. Mm-hmm. But this human being, Dr. Onwachi, is one of the few that I can say from my own vantage point. I don't know, I'm not God, but I can say that she truly practices agape love. She practices tolerance for each other. I think she does. And so welcome to the show. And she's actually been on this show talking about God's love and just the fact that, you know, we just don't have enough time on this earth to hate. So anyway.
Tell you what.
So I want to say, it looks like your friends accepted you and affirmed you right away. And then what?
Well, I think an interesting piece looking back on my sort of journey from when I would have been like 23, 24 till 33-ish, let's say. And I've been working as a school psychologist is like what I've been doing. That's my practice and training that I've been doing for the past 10 years. And so I've done a lot of analyzing other people's behavior, particularly students, right? So when I look back on some of the things that happened to me and things that I was focusing on immediately after coming out, I gained a ton of weight. Like I came out in March, and by August, September, October, I don't know, I gained like 50 pounds or something. And I've been an athlete my whole life.
I love you. I love you for saying that. The vulnerability, the freaking vulnerability that it takes. Because I just went through my second divorce and I gained 23 pounds. And I don't care what anybody says, oh, you look good. That's not the point. The point is I had to do that. And it was only this week after COVID, I'm like, okay, what's going on, girl? Like, this is not you. I used to teach kickboxing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it was a lot of self-soothing. Right.
Yes,
so
of course.
I was leaning back on, I love being social. I love, we're getting wings and burgers. I ate so much Taco John's. I don't know if you have Taco John's in the South or not, but
we have nothing bundt cakes. Okay. We don't have that, but we have nothing bundt cakes. And I've been going to nothing bundt cakes and just ordering like a dozen.
Yeah.
And I just tell my kid is like, Mom, what are you doing? My kid has lost 30 pounds, and it's just 2 days ago, he called me and said, Mom, come. And I ran. I was like, what? He's not able to like move his pets. And I was like, what? Yeah, he wanted to show
me.
me
You could just
that.
pop them?
Yeah, he could do that. And he was like, Mom, can you say like, so, and he was like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, dude, I want to eat the nothing bundt cake. And I'll go get like 4 bags of Albanese gummy bears and just eat the whole thing and just be like, and he's like, Mom, what are you doing? I'm like, I love gummy bears. And I and I'm saying this, again, my show is where vulnerability comes and roosts. So where I'm talking about what my second divorce did to me. My first divorce, I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
I couldn't do, and I lost weight. This one I just picked out. So I don't know. I'm just, look, Courtney's laughing. Courtney's laughing because Courtney's thick, okay? Courtney, that's my boy. Courtney's thick, And I'm not saying that's how Courtney got there. I just know how I gained my 23 pounds was doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was, I got to a point where I was just starting to feel those gummy bears are the truth.
Yes, the Albanese one. Now, not the one that they have at the store is okay at the gas station, but go to TJ Maxx, okay? At the checkout, or go to Ross at the checkout. They have the Albanese ones. I would get the big sack.
Delish.
Yeah,
every single one.
One of it. I wouldn't even give it to my dog, and my dog loves gummy bears. And I might give Lulu one of the whole bag. Yeah, my dog's name is Lulu. Deal with it. Oh my goodness. But I mean, the show, it's just, this is what I tell people about the show. It's real, it's raw, it's funny, it's fun, it's serious. We talk about suicide here. We talk about death. We talk about a lot of things. But we mostly talk about just being human and just being able to live in authenticity. And so if you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Mama Nutrition. The show is called The Pride Corner, that corner right there. And you get to come and have fun. Courtney's been on the show. Courtney's not queer, but Courtney's the ultimate ally. Courtney's been on the show.
Yeah.
So I want people to just know that you can share your story however you want it. Don't let anybody tell you anything. Be extra if you want to be extra. Don't be extra if you don't want to be extra. But as you're being yourself, do me a favor, give me a follow my guests, share the video, let somebody learn something, okay? So this is the final quarter of the show. Meg, can you believe it's almost an hour?
No, the event we do when you come up here is gonna be, it's probably gotta be like 6 hours long.
Amen. I'm coming because I already said it. I'm coming. I'm going to come to, where are you? Michigan? Where are you?
Minnesota.
Oh.
Pretty strange.
I have a couple of, my brother who lives in Qatar, his wife's family actually live in Minnesota.
Oh.
But they just left to go back to Doha, which is where they are now, today. So yeah. But wow. So I have people in Minnesota. But I'm going to come to you and I'm going to go to Seattle to see Kevin, my guest from last week. I just bond so much with my guests. I just want to come see them in person. So I got to make all my money. So when I charge y'all for life coaching, please pay, okay? Pay so I can go see my friends. Don't be cheap.
Pay your invoices. Come on.
Welcome, Sacred Numbers Co. to the party.
Yeah, Megan Wall.
Yes, these are all Megs people. So tell me, in the last quarter of the show, we talk about what you would say to your younger self. What will you say to your younger self? What will you say to your parents? And then what will you say to someone else who is currently undecided and doesn't kind of know which way to go? So start with your younger self.
For my younger self, I would tell her that she is absolutely crushing it and to just be herself, which my younger self did, but I think to know that being herself is being a good person And she is loved beyond what she could ever imagine. And worthy of it.
I love it. And it's the you know, because I'm Catholic too. I was born Catholic. I have an uncle who is a priest. I know. It really it's very painful. I connected. I was on surface level podcast yesterday, which is like apparently like a huge deal. And following them, I think I gained like 20 new followers just yesterday. And
wow.
Yeah, just yesterday. The podcast has been viewed 3,000 something times on TikTok, and I don't know, 200 times on their YouTube channel. And all I was doing was just being myself, talking about my story and you know, talking from the parent's perspective of raising a queer child. But just, I want people to just know that the religion thing, honestly, is a real noose around the necks of many.
Yes.
And, you know, try not to, if you're sure you're going to heaven, try to just focus on your lane, okay? Just leave those of us who you think we're going to be in hell, leave us alone. Because many of us know God, many of us love God, and you're not going to go to heaven because you have created a rift between me and my God. And that's not good. It's just not good. You know, he did not make mistakes, and I like to use actually they, them for God. They did not make a mistake creating me. So I need you to just back off a little bit, okay? Yeah. That said, what will you say to your mom, Meg? Because I'm just going to go crazy myself.
That I'm proud of her for being the parent she was, because the way she raised me to be allowed me to love myself enough to actually be myself. And that she crushed it. Because I know, because she's told me so many times that she felt like she failed or she made a mistake, and she just nailed it. She really did.
Yes, so that's the West African in me, yes. And that instrument is called the shekere. So I'm a mother of musicians. We have, I don't know, 15 musicians, 15 musical instruments that between my two children, yeah, in the house, yeah. And we'll give this to your dad. Because when you went with your girlfriend, he affirmed her. He gave her a hug. He didn't have to. He may not have, but he did. So, you know, we'll hold space for that.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
We'll stop.
Why not? So what will you say to a child who finds themselves in the exact same place where you are right now? Where you were, excuse me, right now. What will you say to that kiddo?
I love you. And what would I say? You can trust yourself. The things you're feeling are real. They are valid. They are right. And you are absolutely on the right track. The greatest thing you can do for yourself is to love yourself, to love others, and be a light.
Learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all.
That's the one.
And lastly, what will you say to the parent whose kiddo just said, Mom, I'm non-binary? Because if you didn't know, today is National Non-Binary Visibility Awareness, whatever day. Today is.
Yes.
What will you say to the mother of a child who just said, Mom, I'm non-binary? What would you say to that mom?
Congratulations on creating a space and an environment where they felt safe to share that with you.
Yes.
And then I would dab on his place.
Yes, it's all about safety. And then Courtney says, you better sing, honey. I'm a sing. And I had surgery on my vocal cord. So for me to pull that note, it took a lot.
That was good.
On my freaking vocal cords, a 4-hour surgery. So for me to sing, that took a lot. I have to find my alto and I go for it. But yeah, thank you so much. So That is so powerful. And I tell people all the time, let me show you something. And I think, Meg, I think you already know this. But for those who don't know, if you go to drlulu.com, and I think this is probably backwards. If you go to drlulu.com/invited in, you can pre-order my book. This is my new book that's going to be dropping this summer. At this point, I'm just saying this summer. And it talks about the fact that for you to earn your invitation into my queer space, you have to create a safe space first. And I did not do that. I want people to know this. I'm not here because I did it. I'm here because I did not. But this is the perfect advice. Congratulations, dear parent. You have effectively created a safe enough space for your kiddo to say, you know what, mama? I'm non-binary. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm here for every single drop of it. All right, y'all. Do me a favor. Share the show. It's called The Pride Corner. Join us next week. It's called The Pride Corner. Tell someone about me. My name is Dr. Lulu. And of course, my guest, Megan. Is it Megan or Meg?
Megs.
Megs, the connector. Follow her on Instagram or wherever else that she's going to tell us right now where she is. And that's the show. So Megan, where can we find you? Megan, anyway?
Yeah, I do.
Megan.
I can do whatever.
Megan, okay, so Megs, where can people find you on the World Wide Web, and how can they follow the work that you do and listen to your podcast, which, by the way, I've been on?
Yes, you can. I hang out the most on Instagram, so you can find me at Megs the Connector, which I'm currently on. Also, Outward Now Podcast has an account. That's Out What Now, because that's the question we're answering. On Instagram, Queer Impact Collective, and megsthebrand.com.
All right, so what Meg is going to do after all of this is she's going to go on this recording after it's over and write all of those things down, because I know some of y'all are messy. Well, you know what? We didn't hear all the things you said. She's going to write it down for you as soon as this is uploaded, okay? Megs, I cannot thank you enough. We met on LinkedIn. I started doing LinkedIn more after my Instagrams and Facebook and everything got hacked. So I actually thought you were more active on LinkedIn. I'm so happy to know that you're more active on Instagram. Not because I'm that more, I don't know where I am now, but whatever. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me and for being you.
Yes, muchísimas gracias de mi corazón for coming on the show. Say hey to your mama for me. Say hey to your papa for me, and to your boo as well. And hopefully, for those of you who have been listening to us, you've seen that number one, it's not easy being Meg. It's not Megs. It's not easy being anybody in the queer space. So I need you to please do me a favor. Shut the fuck up if you have nothing good to say. I bet you didn't know I was going to say that. Okay? Shut up already. Stop telling us we're going to go to hell because you don't know where you're going. Okay? And if you write a bad comment on my page, I will leave it and I'll even pin it so people can see you and your true colors. That's how I do. My name is Dr. Lulu, aka the Mom Nutrition, often imitated, never duplicated. If you are a parent and your kid just said, Mom, I'm bi, or Mom, I'm queer, or Mom, I'm something, and you'd like some support with it, fantastic. I have a parent support group. We meet virtually every Monday at 6 p.m. Central. Holla at your girl. Tell someone about me, because everybody knows somebody who has a parent whose child is struggling. Everybody knows somebody who is a parent that's struggling. That's what I wanted to say. All right. And if you don't know a parent that's struggling, maybe you know somebody who is struggling, because I'm also a general life coach. Let's talk, okay? I don't charge too much, but I need to buy my ticket to go see Meg. So pay up, okay?
Let's get on it.
Okay, I'm a physician. I'm a real doctor. I'm a life coach. I'm a former lieutenant colonel and commander in the U.S. Air Force. I am affordable, but I'm not cheap. So holla at your girl, okay? All right, Megs, what are your going away words for us before Instagram cuts it in about 2 minutes?
Keep it queer out there. That's
yes! Yes! Thank you so much to everyone who joined me today. I'm going to try to call your names. Dawn, Abel, Mona, Clessa, Courtney, thank you so much. Amy Porter, Sacred Numbers, Lotus Lantern. Let me see who else. El Alma, Shwanda, Queerly Living, Kay Jennings, Over the Rainbow. Somebody, oh, Over the Rainbow said it for thank you. King Kiki Joy, Heidi, somebody, The Existential Coach, Got Somebody Podcast. It's Camru, Megs, oh my goodness, physician coach. Thank you all so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I'll see you next Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. Megs, I love you, Chica. Keep being yourself. We are going to hug each other. Someday is going to happen.
You can count on it.
Amen. Follow me, follow Meg, and share this, and I'll see you next week. Peace, love, and sound.
Yeah!
Yes!
Bye-bye.
Bye, Meg!